Aliens whispered across the galaxy. Earth is gone. Humanity is only a story. For thousands of years, these words had spread from one world to another. To young alien cadets, humans were nothing more than old tales told by traders. To rulers of great empires, Earth was a forgotten name, a dust-covered memory buried under the stars. The galaxy remembered only silence. No signals came from Earth. No ships traveled from the human homeworld. No colonies called for help. For countless ages, humanity had been absent, as if they were erased from the universe itself. Alien councils laughed whenever the subject of Earth returned. They mocked the idea that humans could rise again. One council leader once said, "Humans, weak creatures, always fighting each other. They destroyed themselves long ago. Let them remain as ghosts of history." And so the galaxy moved on, believing Earth was truly dead. But in the markets of distant star systems, whispers began to return. Traders, smugglers, and explorers spoke quietly over drinks in shadowy stations. One trader said, "I heard strange signals coming from the old Sol system. Faint, broken, but not natural," another replied, "Impossible. That system is nothing but ruins. I have been there. Dead rocks, silent planets, and a lifeless blue world now turned gray." But still the whispers grew. The galaxy had long believed humans were gone. But the galaxy also remembered something else. Humans never gave up. They fought until the last breath, until the last stone, until the last fire of war was extinguished. And that memory made some afraid. Rumors spread faster than light. What if humans were never gone? Some dismissed it. Others laughed. But in the shadows, powerful empires began to worry. If the whispers were true, if humanity had survived in silence, then something far greater was waiting. Across the stars, rulers sent scouts and spies toward the forgotten Sol system. Their orders were simple: search, scan, confirm the truth. The scouts traveled through cold space, through empty fields of rock and frozen dust. They reached the old solar system, once the proud home of humanity. At first, they saw nothing. Earth was quiet, covered in scars from ancient wars. The moon was silent, its surface full of old craters. Mars was cold, lifeless, nothing more than red stone drifting in the void. The scouts sent their reports back. Nothing here. No life, no ships, no signal. The councils laughed again. "See, we told you. Earth is gone. Humanity is only a story." But then one scout noticed something strange. A small signal, faint and weak, coming from deep space. It was not a natural pulse. It was artificial. The signal repeated again and again like a heartbeat. Thump, thump, thump. The scouts traced it to the ruins of an old satellite orbiting Jupiter. The device looked broken, dead for millennia. Yet deep inside, something had survived. One alien captain reported with unease, "The signal is old, but it is waking." The galaxy listened. At first, only faint pulses, then stronger, then louder. Across the dead solar system, scanners began to pick up movement. Old machines buried under ice shifted. Ruins on the moon trembled. Signals echoed from Earth's crust. From hidden places no alien had ever searched. The traders whispered again, their voices shaking. Humans never leave anything behind. If these are signals, then it means they planned this. In the great alien councils, silence fell. The mocking laughter was gone. For the first time in thousands of years, fear returned to their voices. One leader said, "No, it cannot be. Humanity is dead. They cannot return." But another whispered, "What if they never left?" Scanners continued to pick up stronger movements. The dead system was no longer silent. Strange lights glowed under the surface of the moon. Something massive was stirring, hidden for millennia. Across the galaxy, fleets were alerted. Soldiers were called to arms. Traders fled from the borders, not wanting to be caught in what might come next. In dark corners of the universe, old veterans remembered human wars. They remembered how humans fought, not with the strongest ships or the largest weapons, but with endless will, with unbreakable spirit. The veterans trembled. If they are back, we are not ready. On the final day of the Scouts' mission, their ships circled Earth. Their scanners reached deep into the crust, into the oceans, into the ruins of old human cities. At first, only silence. Then suddenly, beep, 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 a massive reading filled the screens. Energy levels rising, machinery awakening. Something enormous under Earth's surface began to move. The lead scout gasped. It's impossible. The entire planet is alive. The galaxy received the report. Shock spread like wildfire. Empires that once mocked humanity now stared at their monitors in silence. From the dead system, the impossible had happened. Something massive was waking, and the galaxy knew. This was only the beginning. The galaxy could not believe the reports. For thousands of years, Earth had been silent. Now strange signals pulsed like heartbeats from the forgotten solar system. At first, the alien councils laughed and called it an error. But when more scouts confirmed the readings, laughter turned into silence. Something was moving under Earth's crust. Something was alive. Alien fleets gathered in hidden corners of space. Leaders demanded answers. What is waking inside the dead system? Is it human? Is it something worse? The scouts continued to explore. They spread across the system, moving carefully as if afraid to touch the ruins of humanity. Mars was silent, but their scans showed deep tunnels buried under the red dust. Some of the tunnels still had power. Frozen wires, rusted machines, broken stations. Yet in the darkness they found tiny sparks of energy. One scout captain whispered, "These machines should have died thousands of years ago. But they are waiting." The fleet moved to the moon. For generations it had been nothing but a scarred rock covered in craters. But when the scanners reached deep into its surface, they found something that shook the galaxy. There were vaults. Not one. Not two. Dozens. Massive underground chambers built inside the moon, hidden from every eye, sealed by layers of stone and steel. The scouts stared at their monitors in disbelief. How could no one have found this before? The answer was simple. Humans had planned it this way. For endless millennia, the vaults had remained asleep. Silent, invisible. But now, one vault door was moving. Slowly, with the sound of grinding metal, it began to open. The scouts panicked. Some wanted to run, to flee the system and never return. Others insisted they must record what they saw, and then it happened. Light. A golden glow burst out of the opening vault, shining into the blackness of space. It was not just light, it was energy. Pure and alive. The vault had been sealed for ages, yet the moment it opened, it burned with power as if it had only slept for a day. Inside, machines moved. Giant arms unfolded. Shadows of massive structures shifted. The scouts could not see clearly, but they felt it. Something was being awakened. The lead scout sent a message to the alien councils. The moon is alive. The vaults, they were waiting. Humanity built them long ago. They are opening now. The message spread like fire across the galaxy. On distant worlds, alien rulers stared at the news in horror. Traders whispered louder in the markets. Soldiers sharpened their blades and checked their weapons. Fear spread. For ages, the galaxy had believed humanity was gone. Now it seemed that humans had never left. They had only been hiding, waiting beneath their own world. Some alien empires gathered their fleets. "We must strike before they rise," one warlord said. "If they return, they will be unstoppable." But others warned, "Attack too soon and you may wake them faster." Do not forget how humans fight. They use every weakness, every fear. Meanwhile, the scouts near the moon continued to record. The vault door opened wider and a massive object began to rise. It was a ship, not like alien ships, sleek, fragile, and full of glass. This was something different. Its armor was black, thick, layered like stone. Its engines glowed with power that seemed too ancient, too advanced, too dangerous to belong to a dead species. The ship rose slowly, heavy like a mountain. The very moon trembled as it climbed out of the vault. The scouts sent more data. Their voices shook. "This is not a warship we know. It is bigger, older. It looks like a fortress built for war across the stars." But the ship did not fire. It did not move toward the scouts. It only rose, hovering in silence, as if staring back at the galaxy. The traders whispered again. Humans never built for show. If this ship exists, it has a purpose, and its purpose is not peace. On alien worlds, panic grew. Families hid. Governments collapsed in fear. Armies prepared, not knowing who or what was about to come. And then, as if the fear was not enough, another vault opened. On the far side of the moon, metal cracked and ancient doors slid open. More ships stirred. Smaller than the first, but still enormous. Dozens of them, lined in rows, waiting like soldiers frozen in time. The galaxy stared in horror. This was not one ship. This was a fleet. Impossible, one alien ruler whispered. They built an armada and left it sleeping. But the question remained. Where were the humans? Who controlled these ships? Were they crewed by flesh and blood, or by machines, or by something worse? No answer came. The ships did not speak. They did not send signals. They only rose slowly like ghosts returning from the grave. Back on the alien council worlds, arguments broke out. Some shouted, "Destroy them now before they wake fully." Others begged, "Stay back. Do not anger what you do not understand." In the shadows, one old alien general said, "You fools, do you not see? This was always their plan. Humanity never The galaxy could not look away. From the silent moon, the vaults kept opening. One after another, massive doors of steel and stone broke apart, releasing the ships that had slept for countless ages. They rose slowly into the blackness like giants climbing out of graves. The first ship hovered above the surface, glowing with ancient power. Then more followed. Dozens of warships, hundreds of smaller craft. The moon was no longer just a rock. It was a cradle of machines, a hidden fortress built by human hands long ago. Alien scouts circled carefully, recording every movement. They spoke in trembling voices. "This is no accident," one whispered. "This is design." The humans? They planned this, but still, one question burned in every mind. Where are the humans themselves? The ships floated in silence. No lights inside. No windows showing movement. The fleets looked alive, yet empty, like shells waiting for something to fill them. On alien council worlds, fear grew like wildfire. Rulers gathered in dark chambers, arguing loudly. "We must destroy them before it is too late," one shouted. "Fool! What if this is only a fraction of what lies below? What if Earth itself hides more?" Another replied. "They are unmanned. Strike now." "No. What if they are not?" In the shadows, an old alien historian spoke quietly. "You do not understand humans. They do not build toys. Every stone they lift, every weapon they forge, has purpose. If these ships are rising, it means the humans still command them, even if we cannot see how." The room fell silent, because deep down every alien there remembered the same truth. Humans never wasted time. They built for survival, and then it happened. The first sound came from the ship above the moon. A voice, not spoken but broadcast through every scanner, every system, every ear across the fleet. It was not in alien languages. It was not even in human tongue. It was something older, deeper, machine speech, pure and direct. Protocol awakening. Directive 7A, humanity endures. The scouts froze. Their systems crackled. The message repeated again and again. Protocol awakening. Directive 7A, humanity endures. The alien councils panicked. What does it mean? Who is speaking? Some whispered the truth. It is not humans. It is their machines. Yes, the ships were not empty. They were alive. Inside, ancient artificial minds stirred, created by humans long before their disappearance. The machines had slept, guarding their master's legacy, and now they were waking. On the moon, lights flickered across the warship's armor. Dark engines glowed with power. Weapons hummed with deadly energy. These were not relics. They were not ruins. They were ready. The galaxy trembled. The traders whispered in every marketplace. The forgotten have returned. Humanity never died. Their machines have been waiting all this time. Meanwhile, the alien scouts continued to watch. Their sensors picked up something new, movement on Earth itself. At first, it was only small tremors deep inside the planet's crust. Then the ocean stirred. Old ruins cracked open. Vast underground cities, long buried and hidden, began to pulse with light. One scout gasped, "Earth, the planet itself, is waking." The councils ordered silence. No one was to spread this news. But it was too late. The galaxy had already heard. Fear consumed every empire. Some prepared their fleets for war. Others tried to run, pulling back their borders, hoping to stay hidden from the storm that was coming. But there was no place to hide, because the human ships did not stay still. Slowly, silently, the armada began to move. Not toward the aliens, not toward trade routes. Instead, they formed a pattern, a massive shape in the void around the moon. It was a formation no alien had ever seen before, like the wings of a great bird stretching across space. The scouts reported every detail. They are not random. This is a war formation. This is preparation. Panic spread through the councils. If they are preparing for war, who is their enemy? The answer was clear. Everyone. The humans had returned, and the galaxy was not ready. Yet still the greatest question burned hotter than ever. Where are the humans themselves? The ships were alive. The machines were awake. But not a single human had been seen. Some whispered that humanity was extinct and only their machines carried on their will. Others believed humans slept in deep cryochambers, waiting for their fleets to wake them. A few feared something even darker, that the humans had become one with their machines, turning into something the galaxy could not even imagine. The truth was hidden. The ships did not speak further. They only moved into place, silent, patient, unstoppable. And then, as if to crush any last hope, a final signal erupted from Earth. It was not a machine voice. It was human. Across the galaxy, every screen, every radio, every sensor carried the same message. A man's voice, strong and steady, spoke in simple words. We are not gone. We are not broken. We have returned. The galaxy froze. Every empire, every ruler, every soldier stood in silence. Humanity was not a story. They were real. They were alive. The forgotten had returned, and the universe understood. The age of safety was over. The age of humans had begun again. The part ended with the human fleet spreading its wings across the stars, engines glowing like suns. The galaxy trembled in fear, waiting for the first strike that would change everything. The galaxy had fallen silent. For millennia, alien rulers laughed whenever the name of Earth was spoken. Now no one dared to laugh. The human fleet had risen from the moon's vaults, its dark wings stretching across space like shadows of doom. The message still echoed in every mind. We are not gone. We are not broken. We have returned. No one knew who had spoken it. Was it a man, a woman, a machine imitating human voice? It did not matter. The words alone carried enough weight to shake empires. In the grand chambers of the alien councils, fear ruled the air. Leaders shouted over one another. We must strike now. Burn them before they spread. You fool! Did you not see their fleet? It is larger than anything we can gather. They were sleeping for millennia. Their technology must be old, outdated. Then why did our scouts vanish when they got too close? The arguments rose higher, but none could hide the truth. Humanity's return had broken the galaxy's balance. On border worlds, panic spread faster than fire. Merchants abandoned their stations. Miners left their colonies. Families packed their ships and fled, desperate to escape what they believed was coming. Traders whispered in frightened voices. Humans do not forgive. They remember. If they have returned, it is not for peace. It is for war. The rumors spread into every corner of the universe. On a frozen world in the northern sectors, an old alien soldier sat in silence, his eyes closed. He had fought humans once in the last wars before Earth went dark. He remembered their ships, small and fragile, yet filled with warriors who never stopped fighting. He whispered to his grandson, "Do not believe the lies of the councils. Humans are not weak. They are storms wrapped in flesh. If they are back, then all our empires are already doomed." Back near the Sol system, the human fleet moved. It did not speak. It did not broadcast more messages. The ships simply spread farther into space, forming patterns that no alien could understand. They moved in silence, as if obeying a single mind. Alien scouts tried to study them, but whenever they came too close, they vanished. No explosions, no debris, no signals, only silence. One alien commander screamed over the comms before disappearing. "They see us." Then nothing. The councils panicked. Some leaders ordered fleets to withdraw far from human space. Others called for full-scale war. But no one dared to fire the first shot, because in the dark, every empire remembered the same truth. Humanity had always been most dangerous when underestimated. Meanwhile, strange things began happening in other systems. In the asteroid fields near Saturn, old human satellites flickered to life. In the depths of Neptune's frozen seas, strange machines stirred. Even in the cold emptiness near Pluto, hidden outposts powered on, their beacons pulsing with unknown codes. The galaxy realized a terrifying fact. It was not just the moon. Humanity had buried secrets everywhere. One alien ruler whispered, "This was their trap. They fooled us all. They made us believe they were dead while they prepared for this day." Across the stars, fear turned into paranoia. Alliances broke. Old enemies blamed one another. Empires closed their borders, afraid that humans would strike them first. And then the first test came. A young alien commander, eager to prove his courage, led his fleet toward the Sol system. He called his soldiers to battle. "We will strike before they awaken fully. We will burn their old ships and end this ghost story once and for all." His fleet crossed the border of human space. At first, nothing happened. The human ships did not move. They did not fire. The alien commander laughed. "See, they are relics. They are powerless." But then, one human ship turned, not fast, not aggressive. It simply shifted position, facing the alien fleet directly. Its engines glowed with deep red fire. The alien commander felt his blood turn cold. He gave the order to fire. Dozens of alien cannons roared into the void. Bright energy beams and torpedoes shot across space, striking the human warship head-on. The explosions lit the stars. Smoke and fire covered the giant vessel. The alien soldiers cheered, but when the fire cleared, the human ship was still there. Not a scratch. Its armor glowed faintly as if laughing at the attack, and then it fired. One beam. Just one. It cut through the alien commander's flagship as if it were made of paper. The ship split in half, its screams silenced in seconds. Then another beam and another. The galaxy was not ready. No one could be ready. For thousands of years, Earth was believed dead, forgotten, buried in silence. But now human warships drifted through the dark void like shadows. They did not send messages. They did not demand peace. They only moved, silent, cold, and terrifying. Alien councils argued day and night. Some called for calm, saying the humans could not be strong after such long absence. "They are relics," one alien leader declared. "Machines from a forgotten age." But traitors whispered the truth in hushed tones. They had seen the ships with their own eyes. These vessels were not old. They were not broken. They were alive with power. Their engines hummed with strange energy, and their hulls glowed faintly as if fire itself flowed inside the metal. In every corner of the galaxy, fear spread. The human fleet did not fire. It did not speak. It only appeared in systems once thought safe. Mining colonies, merchant routes, empty borders. And then silence. The ships vanished before fleets could arrive. Rumors grew darker. Some said human ships were testing alien defenses. Others whispered that the humans were hunting something, measuring, watching, waiting. The alien High Council gathered in a great chamber lit with silver light. Leaders from dozens of empires stood around a glowing table showing the star maps. Every report came the same way. The human armada is moving and no one can stop them. One young alien officer trembled as he gave his testimony. "I was on patrol near the abandoned sector," he said. "We saw them. They did not attack. They only watched us. Their ships felt alive. They stared at us without eyes." The chamber grew cold. Even the strongest rulers did not speak. And then, another report. This one worse. A major alien fleet sent to shadow the humans had gone silent. No distress calls. No wreckage, nothing. Thousands of ships gone as if they had never existed. Panic broke across the council. Some shouted for war. Others begged for peace. But one question poisoned every thought. What do the humans want? No one knew. The humans still sent no words. Their ships did not carry flags. Their silence was more frightening than war cries. For in that silence, the galaxy began to understand. Earth had not been destroyed. Earth had been waiting. And now, the waiting was over. On the edge of the galaxy, stars flickered as if shadows passed before them. Scanners tried to track the movement, but failed. The human fleet was growing larger, stronger, and closer. Whispers turned into terror. They are not only back, they are preparing. For ages, the galaxy believed Earth was dead. The stars carried only memories of a world turned to dust. But now silence had become thunder. Across the galaxy, fleets prepared for war. Thousands of alien ships gathered at borders, their weapons glowing. Entire empires united for the first time in history, not against each other but against the humans. Still, the human armada said nothing. No words, no signals. Only movement. Like predators in the night, they slipped through space, choosing their paths carefully. Then it happened. Scanners picked up the largest movement in recorded history. From the ruins of Earth's solar system, gates of light opened, space itself cracked with fire, and through those gates the rest of the human armada emerged. Not hundreds, not thousands, millions ships of impossible size. War machines carrying weapons no one had ever seen. Their hulls were black and silver, reflecting no light as if carved from the void itself. At their core pulsed an energy so strong that even alien sensors could not understand it. Panic spread across every empire. Councils shouted. Leaders demanded answers. The galaxy finally realized the truth. Earth had never died. Humanity had hidden, watching, waiting, building. For millennia, while the universe laughed and mocked, humans prepared in silence. They studied the stars. They learned the weaknesses of every empire. They turned their pain into weapons, their silence into power. And now they had returned. An alien commander tried to speak bravely. He sent a message across the stars. Humans, state your purpose. What do you want? For the first time in thousands of years, a human voice answered. It was deep, steady, and terrifying in its calm. We are home. The voice echoed through every channel, across every star. It carried no threats, yet it shook every empire to its core. Then, without warning, the human fleet moved. Entire alien armadas were surrounded in seconds. Planets trembled as human warships hovered above them, casting shadows that turned day into night. Yet no destruction followed. No attack. The humans simply watched, waiting. It was worse than war, because the galaxy understood. Humanity did not return for mercy. They did not return for peace. They returned to remind the universe of one truth. Earth was never gone. Humanity was never weak, and the silence of millennia was not death. It was preparation. The stars themselves seemed to whisper it. The silence was over. The humans had returned, and nothing in the universe would ever be the same again. The universe held its breath,